Hello, I'm Charlie McMahon, and I will be reading from Chapter 14, Oxen of the Sun. But Malachi's tale began to freeze them with horror. He conjured up the scene before them. The secret panel beside the chimney slid back, and in the recess appeared Haines. Which of us did not feel his flesh creep? He had a portfolio of Celtic literature in one hand, and in the other a file marked Poison. Surprise, horror, loathing were depicted on all faces while he eyed them with a ghostly grin. I anticipated some such reception, he began with an eldritch laugh, for which it seems history is to blame. Yes, it is true, I am the murderer of Samuel Childs. And how I am punished. The Inferno has no terrors for me. This is the appearances on me. Parent ages, what way I would be resting at all, he muttered thickly, and I, tramping Dublin this while back with my share of songs, and himself after me, like of a Solth or a Bullawaris. My hell and Ireland's is this life. It is what I tried to obliterate my crime. Distractions, rook shooting, the Erse language, he recited some. Laudanum, he raised the vial to his lips. Camping out, in vain. His spectre stalks me. Dope is my only hope. Ah, destruction, the Black Panther. With a cry, he suddenly vanished and the panel slid back. An instant later, his head appeared in the door opposite and said, Meet me at Westland Row Station at 11:10. He was gone. Tears gushed from the eyes of the dissipated host. The seer raised his hand to heaven, murmuring, The vendetta of Mannanan. The sage repeated, Lex talionis. The sentimentalist is he who would enjoy without incurring the immense debtorship for a thing done. Malachias, overcome by emotion, ceased. The mystery was unveiled. Haines was the third brother. His real name was Childs. The Black Panther was himself the ghost of his own father. He drank drugs to obliterate. For this relief, much thanks. The lonely house by the graveyard is uninhabited. No soul will live there. The spider pitches her web in solitude. The nocturnal rat peers from his hole. A curse is on it. It is haunted. Murderer's ground. What is the age of the soul of man? As she hath the virtue of the chameleon to change her hue at every new approach, to be gay with the merry and mournful with the downcast, so too is her age, changeable as her mood. No longer is Leopold, as he sits there ruminating, chewing the cud of reminiscence, that staid agent of publicity and holder of a modest substance in the funds. A score of years are blown away. He is young Leopold. There, as in a retrospective arrangement, the mirror within a mirror, hey, presto, he beholdeth himself. That young figure of then is seen, precociously manly, walking on a nipping morning from the old house in Clanbrassil Street to the high school, his book satchel on him, bandolier-wise, and in it a goodly hunk of wheaten loaf, a mother's thought. Or is it the same figure a year or so gone over, in his first hard hat? Oh, that was a day. Already on the road, a full-fledged traveller for the family firm, equipped with an order book, a scented handkerchief, not for show only, his case of bright trinket-ware, alas, a thing now of the past, and a quiverful of compliant smiles for this or that, half-won housewife reckoning it out among her fingertips, or for a budding virgin shyly acknowledging, but the heart tell me, his studied baisement. The scent, the smile, but more than these, the dark eyes and oleaginous address brought home at duskfall many a commission to the head of the firm, seated with Jacob's pipe after like labours in the paternal angle, a meal of noodles, you may be sure, is a heating. reading through round horn spectacles some paper from the Europe of a month before. But hey, presto! The mirror is breathed on, and the young knight-errant recedes, shrivels, dwindles to a tiny speck within the mist. Now is he himself, paternal, and these about him might be his sons, who can say? The wise father knows his own child. He thinks of a drizzling night in Hatch Street, hard by the bonded stores, there the first. Together, she a poor waif, a child of shame, yours and mine, and of all, for a bare shilling, and her luck penny. Together, they hear the heavy tread of the watch as two rain-capped shadows pass the new Royal University. Bridie Kelly. He will never forget the name, ever remember the night, first night, bride night. They are entwined in nethermost darkness, the willer and the willed, and in an instant, fiat! Light shall flood the world. Did heart leap to heart? Nay, fair reader. In a breath 'twas done. But hold, back, it must not be. In terror the poor girl flees away into the murk. She is the bride of darkness, a daughter of night. She dare not bear the sunny golden babe of day. No, Leopold, name and memory solace thee not. That youthful illusion of thy strength was taken from thee, and in vain. No son of thy loins is by thee. There is none now to be for Leopold what Leopold was for Rudolph. The voices blend and fuse in clouded silence, silence that is the infinite of space. And swiftly, silently, the soul is wafted over regions of cycles of generations that have lived, a region where grey twilight ever descends, never falls on wide sage-green pasture fields, shedding her dusk, scattering a perennial dew of stars. She follows her mother with ungainly steps, a mare leading her filly foal. Twilight phantoms are they, yet moulded in prophetic grace of structure, slim, shapely haunches, a supple, tendinous neck, a meek, apprehensive skull. They fade, sad phantoms, all is gone. Agendath is a wasteland, a home of screech owls and the sand-blind Upapa. Netem, the golden, is no more, and on the highway of the clouds they come, muttering thunder of rebellion and ghosts of beasts. Huh! Hark! Huh! Parallax stalks behind and goads them, the lacinating lightnings of whose brow are scorpions, elk and yak, the bulls of Bashan and of Babylon, mammoth and mastodon come trooping to the sunken sea, lacus mortis, ominous, revengeful, zodiacal host. They moan, passing upon the clouds, horned and capricorned, the trumpeted with the tusked, the lion-maned, the giant-antlered, snouter and crawler, rodent, ruminant, and pachyderm, all their moving, moaning multitude, murderers of the sun. Onward to the Dead Sea they tramp to drink, unslaked, and with horrible gulpings the salt, somnolent, inexhaustible flood. And the equine portent grows again, magnified in the deserted heavens, nay, to heaven's own magnitude, till it looms vast over the house of Virgo. And lo, wonder of metempsychosis, it is she, the everlasting bride, harbinger of the day star, the bride ever virgin. It is she, Martha, thou lost one, Millicent the young, the dear, the radiant. How serene does she now arise, a queen among the Pleiades, and in the penultimate Antelucan hour, shod in sandals of bright gold, coiffed with a veil of, gossamer. It floats, it flows about her star-born flesh, and loose it streams, emerald, sapphire, mauve, and heliotrope, sustained on currents of the cold, interstellar wind, winding, coiling, simply swirling, writhing in the skies, a mysterious writing, till after a myriad metamorphoses of symbol it blazes Alpha, a ruby and triangled sign upon the forehead of Taurus. So, happy Bloomsday from the Rosenbach.